This
Yeah,
conference will now be recorded.
yeah, sure. Yeah, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So, welcome to the JMeter training session. So, I'm Naveen. I'll be your trainer for this course from Isha Training. And total, I have 13 years experience in performance testing and engineering. And over the last 10 years, I have been extensively working with a JMeter for various performance testing projects across multiple domains and environments. And throughout my career, I have had the opportunity to design and implement performance testing frameworks, create a complex JMeter scripts, integrate with the JMeter with CI/CD pipelines using Jenkins. I have handled end-to-end performance testing from the requirement gathering, scripting, test executions, monitoring, analysis, and all the things. So this training is designed not just to introduce you to make to JMeter, but also the share real world scenarios, best practices, and advanced techniques that I have learned from hands-on experience. By the end of the course, my goal is to make sure you're comfortable with the performance testing and all the monitoring tools. So I want this to be a interactive session to feel free to ask any questions anytime. Okay, let's get started. So, can anyone tell me, do you people have any idea about performance testing? So, why we are using performance testing? Any one example? Anyone? Any example?
Yeah,
That to check the
actually,
response time and the load it can handle.
Okay, correct.
so when there are like more traffic or more number of users accessing the product or the application, so we need to test the performance of the application.
Correct. Yeah, sure. So here I just wanted to tell you that. So not only performance testing. So like before performance testing, like how the things happening and who will create an application, a website or a mobile app, and how many phases it will cross, and finally it will come to the performance testing. Okay, first let me share my screen. Just let me know my screen is visible, right? Yeah, thank you. Thank you, team. So first let me start from the software life cycle. Okay, so like who will create an application and how they design, and then finally we'll talk about the performance testing and engineering as well. Okay, first, suppose for example I'm a customer. Okay, I'm going to start one e-commerce business or some local any business. So I just want to have one web application or mobile application, whatever it is. Okay, first I will contact a developer and I will tell them my requirement. Okay, so for example, I'm going to start one any e-commerce to sell my accessories, mobiles, laptops, and dresses, each and everything. Okay, first I will tell them that okay, my web page looks like this, and it should be it has to show all the items in the web application. So based on that, a developer will create a web application. So we have multiple languages, you know that, right? Java, JavaScript, Python, .NET. So we have multiple languages to create an application, whether it is mobile or web application. Okay. So first we will choose a language, which language is good for my application. So we'll discuss with them. So developer will start an application with the selected language. It can be Java, Python, .NET. Okay. Once they develop the application, So they will check in all their code into the Git repository. They will check in means they will store, they will save all the code which they write, they will store into the Git repository. So after that, with the help of this Git means like in the cloud, they will store all their code. Okay. So after that, a DevOps engineer, take that code, he will create a pipeline. He will create a pipeline and they will deploy into the any web application. Any web application. So we have multiple clouds, right? We have multiple clouds which are you can say Azure, Amazon AWS, GCP. These are the cloud platforms. Okay, so they will provide some the resources. So DevOps engineer with the help of their cloud and they will deploy that application. So after that, we can see the web application like this. Okay, so once it is done, yeah, so my web application is ready and it is working fine. But who will check whether we are having the proper functionality or not? Whether we are having functionality or not? Suppose, for example, so this is an open source web application. So my web application is ready. Okay, my username field, password field, everything is correct. But who will check whether the functionality is properly working or not? Okay, we need to make sure. First, who will check manually? So they have to navigate each and every application. They have to navigate each and every application, mean each and every field, whether we have some positive and negative scenarios. Like when I enter correct username and password, the application has to allow us to log in the application. So when I give, so that is a positive scenario. What is the negative scenario? When I enter my wrong username, wrong password, also application is allowing us to allow us to the login the application. That is a negative scenario. So a manual tester, they will check each and every functionality. Functionality means each and every field, each and every click. They will make sure, okay, every functionality is working fine as expected. That is manual tester job. Okay. So after that, one more tester will come into the picture. Automation tester. Automation tester. So they will also do same like that, but they will create a test cases with the help of some Java or Python languages. Means this manual tester checked application manually, means one person sit and they will navigate each and every field in the application. They will check manually. But automation testing, they will create a test cases. They will use some the Selenium, Java languages, and they will create the automation test scripts and they will execute it. Both are like similar, but here we need to make sure the application is behaving properly or not. So automation tester. So the finally, once we face, once we done with all the testings, do we need to move that code into production? Means the google.com, gmail.com, whatever. So in between, one more tester has to be there. He's performance tester. His performance tester. So he need to make sure. Suppose, for example, as I told you earlier, I want to enter into the e-commerce business, and I just checked with the developer. He developed the code, and DevOps engineer created a pipeline. He created a website, and a manual tester checked it, automation test. But how I get to know that how many users my application can support? Okay, suppose for example, my as I'm new to the business, e-commerce business, first my expectation is at least a minimum 500 users. So minimum 500 users, the application has to respond normally. My end user should not get any delay, any high response time. Have you people remember that while announcing Amazon, Flipkart, and some other e-commerce web application, while the announcing the big billion days, Amazon sales and all. So they used to start the sale from midnight 12 o'clock. But have you people face that? Sometimes we'll get the slow response of loading pace. When I search for the Apple phone and any HP laptop, whatever, the application was respond very slowly. So immediately user will go to some other e-commerce platform. Definitely, that is a business loss for us. So that's why the performance tester will tell us how many users my application is supporting, the peak load. So we need to make sure my application is supporting. So what performance tester will give the final result? Okay, your application is supporting till 500 users. You can go to the production. Once the performance tester officially confirms that, then only they will deploy their code into the production. Production means the main website. But where we perform the performance testing, we should not directly do the performance testing on the production environment. So that's why before production, the development team used to give us some environments like QA and QA1 like that. So with the same code, we do the load testing, we do the scripting operations and all. So QA and production configuration will be the same. So means we are replicating the production application behavior and we are applying the load to the QA environment. Once we sign off, okay, the developers and DevOps engineers will deploy the code into the production. So then only this this performance testing lifecycle will be happen here. Okay, so this is the software testing lifecycle and the performance testing lifecycle actually. So we used to follow this thing for the load testing and purpose and all. Any questions, team? Even single question, so please ask me. Even small question also. Okay, thank you. So now we talk about the performance testing. Just a minute. We'll talk about performance testing. So in performance testing, suppose for example, let's take this application as an example. So my client wants to execute a load test on this web application. This is just a demo web application, which will be available in the internet, and you can search and you can check it. The future purpose, we are going to do a scripting on this web application only. Okay. Okay. The first, what performance tester will do? Suppose, for example, I'm working in an IT company. I'm working on the performance testing team. Okay. For example, uh, my manager asked me, okay, we have a new application. We need to execute the performance load testing, all these things. Many people you confused about what is performance testing, what is load testing and all. That will be clarified. Okay. So, for example, in my company, my manager asked me, let me use it, Trada table. Okay. Okay. So in my company, my manager asked me, like, we got a new application, we need to do the performance testing. So what kind of requirement we need to gather first before starting the scripting and all? Okay. So first, a performance tester, when he get the new project, new application, perf tester, he need to sit with a manual tester, developers, and DevOps engineers. He need to sit with a manual tester, DevOps engineer. First, he need to understand the requirement. Suppose, for example, in this application, we have a multiple scenarios. We have a multiple scenarios, but Not all scenarios will be eligible for the performance testing. Only few impacted scenarios we have. The naming terminology, scenarios, test cases, transaction will be discussed in the next later sessions and all. Okay. Suppose, for example, if you take this application, I navigate to this admin page, I created a new user, or I'm searching for the existing user. This is the main critical scenario. So not every scenario is not eligible for the performance testing. First, we need to gather the information like from the manual testers or automation tester or DevOps tester. We need to identify which scenarios we have. First of all, let's take for example, we got a new scenario, launch the web application, login, navigate to this page, navigate to that page, and finally log out. Same like this, we'll have a multiple scenarios. We need to gather those information from the manual or from these people. So they will tell us, okay, these are the highest priority test cases. Okay, so performance testing life cycle will start from here. Will start from here, and so manual testers will tell us the flow. Once I log in the application, where I need to navigate, what I have to click, and what kind of users I need to create in this application. They will tell us each and every flow. Okay. So why the DevOps engineer required here? Because of we need to check, it's very important. We need to check what are the application configurations. What are the application configuration? As we discussed earlier, a DevOps engineer will take the code from the GitHub, which was developer from developer. He will deploy that code into the any web application, whether Azure, AWS, or GCP. But a DevOps engineer has to configure their web application. Suppose, for example, my laptop is there. My laptop is 16 GB RAM and 8 core vCPUs, and these are the configuration. So server, the DevOps engineer deploying the application, the server also same configuration, but which will be hosted in the cloud. So we need to check, we need to gather those information, whether that environment configuration is equal to prod or not, whether where they have deployed it. That we will discuss in the cloud integration and all the cloud deployments, and we'll discuss in the later sessions. Okay, so we need to gather all those information. Once performance tester get all those information, he will start creating scripting. Okay, so let me talk about performance testing tools in the market currently. Okay, so we have we have tens of tools in the market, but which is very famous is the Apache JMeter. Apache JMeter. So earlier the LoadRunner was in the first place, but now the first place is the Apache JMeter. So when we talk about the tools, we have multiple tools in the market. First one is Apache JMeter. Second one is LoadRunner. Third one is NeoLoad. Fourth one is Gatling. So same like that. We have multiple tools. So why we are only focusing on the Apache JMeter? Because all these tools are paid tools. If you want to do a load test with 500 or 1000 users, you need to spend some money. You need to pay some money to the LoadRunner or NeoLoad or Gatling tools. Gatling open source only, but not that famous like a JMeter. So you need to pay for these tools. So the JMeter is completely open source. It's a free. You no need to spend even single rupee. Okay, and it will support multiple protocols. It will support multiple protocols. Multiple protocols. The protocols like we have HTTP, HTTPS for web application or mobile applications, and JDBC for database load testing, TCP protocol for messaging from one system to another system, the protocol, RT, remote terminal emulator, and
TP.
S. Sorry.
FTP, file transfer protocol.
Yes. Good, Bharadwaj. Thank you. FTP, file transfer protocol. That I will explain each and every protocol, what it does. I will explain each and every protocol in our future sessions. FTP and SMTP, simple mail transfer protocol. Using JMeter, we can send an emails also. We can read an emails. So same like that. We have multiple protocols. These are the major core protocols that JMeter supports. Okay, that is one thing. And the second thing is, as we discussed, open source. And the beauty of the JMeter is it's a platform independent means when you create your performance testing scripts in your Windows machine, you can execute the same scripts on Linux machine, Mac machine. Okay, platform independent. The scripts can work any platform, Linux, Mac, Windows, or some other uh, uh, OS we have, right? So it can support all the platforms. That is very the beautiful thing in the Apache. But these tools doesn't have that flexibility. When you execute a when you create a LoadRunner description Windows machine, you have to execute a Windows machine only. We cannot even open the Linux machine. You cannot install the LoadRunner software in the Linux machine. Some Neo and Gatling as well. So that's why Apache JMeter becoming very famous nowadays, and 60 to 70% of the people using Apache JMeter only. In my organization also, for each and every application, we are using Apache JMeter only. Okay, that is one thing. The fourth thing is it's a pure Java tool. It's a pure Java tool. JMeter, Java meter. Okay, so you simply need to install Java JDK in your Windows or Linux machine, then download the JMeter and play with it. That's it. So these are the advantages we have. Okay, these are the advantages we have. First, this is about the tool oriented, and we'll discuss more in our future sessions. First, let me introduce what is performance testing. So as we seen here, the main performance purpose of the performance testing, we can measure the characteristics of the application such as high response time, throughput, hit per second, whatever, all the metrics and all. In the performance testing, we mainly metrics means the result. Okay, the result. Once we're done with the load test executions and all, uh, we see how my application is fast, how my application server is behaving while executing the load test. So we'll measure all these things. We cover all these things in this session. Okay. So first, you people confused about is talking about performance testing, load testing. What is performance testing? What is load testing? Okay. First, performance testing. Under performance means we are performing we are telling application performance. Okay, under the performance testing we have a multiple test. The first one is load test. Means the load test means, okay, my client requirement is just 100 users for 1 hour duration, the load test execution. Okay, so simply I just give 1 hour, means 60 minutes duration and 100 users load test. Simply the basic user load that we call it as a load testing under the performance testing. The second one is stress testing. The second one is stress testing, means we are stressing the application. Suppose for example, let me take the Flipkart or Amazon big billion days. So when they announce a big billion days, uh, for 2 or 3 days, not for 1 hour, 2 hours, right? So this is for 1 to 4 hours we execute the test, 1 to 4 or 1 to 5 hours. That's it. But when I want to know the application capability for 2 or 3 days, then we'll go for the stress testing. Stress. Okay, means we do the load test execution for 24 hours, for more than 8 hours to 24 hours, 48 hours. Like that, we continuously execute the load test. May we keep on hitting the application. So then only we'll get to know how my application is behaving while the huge user load coming to the picture. So this we call it as test testing. Means high user load and high load test duration of the load test. Okay. Next one is spike testing. Next one is spike testing. So what is spike? And let me open my paint here. Spike testing. Suppose for example, users. These are the users. This is a time, 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour, whatever. Okay. So we have to create, we have to create a real user behavior in our testings, performance testing activities. Let's take again, taking an example, Amazon, the big billion sales and all. How the user pattern will be happen in the application. So, okay, few users will come into the application. They will search for the product and they will log out the application. And again, few users will come. They will search and they will add to the cart and they will log out the application. Same like that. Some spikes will be happen in the application. So we need to replicate this behavior, this pattern in our performance testing activities. This we call it as a spike testing. It means we are gradually increasing and decreasing the user load. Okay, so that we'll get to know how our application server is behaving during uh, highest user load and lowest user load coming to the picture. Spike testing. Next one is VPT testing. VPT testing, which is volume performance testing. So what do we do in the VP testing? Suppose, for example, currently we are using Google Drive, right? We are uploading different sizes of files like documents, movies, songs, photos. We are uploading all those kind of files in our cloud. So if I have web application, let's take a insurance web application like LIC or Star Health Insurance, whatever the web application. So what we do when you want to take any insurance, so what details you have to give? Like first you have to give you full health details, age, each and everything. You have to upload some few documents, which are the previous health reports and all. So you need to upload all this document to the server. The database will store all those files. Here, my client wants to know that if the person is uploading or downloading any files from the server, how much time is taking my server. Okay. When I upload a 25 MB or 50 MB file to the targeted server, how much response time it is taking during the day. Suppose, for example, you took a cloud from Microsoft, you're trying to upload your 500 MB file but it's taking too much time, then definitely you stop using some that Microsoft product, you jump into the Google Cloud. So Google Cloud is giving some good response time, or sometimes Microsoft will give some good response time, so uploading and download files and all. So in this VPT volume performance testing, we make sure my application is capable to accept all the different size of files or data, any screenshots, anything. So that thing we covered in the volume performance testing, VPT testing. Okay, and so these are majorly the testings. Remaining test we'll discuss in the future sessions. Okay. So any questions, team? Any small question also? Feel free to ask. Okay. Okay. Suppose, for example,
Which language are supported?
sorry, Rahul,
Which languages are supported in performance testing?
language. So yeah, good
What?
question. Thanks, Rahul. So any language it can support. A JMeter needs only website. It doesn't care about which language the developer used to develop that application. Some developers will use some application we use Java, .NET, C Sharp, Python. but finally they will deploy their code into one web server and they will give us some www.example.com. So any language the JMeter can support. Okay, is it clear,
Yeah, but
Rahul?
yes, but I don't have any knowledge in language like Java, .NET. So how will
No,
I
no,
know?
no, no. Yeah, Rahul, correct. Yeah, thanks. So what I'm going to tell you that you no need to write hundreds lines of code in the performance testing. It's absolutely you use max to max 5% of the coding, less coding in performance testing. 95% you don't touch any the lines of code. You no need any Java knowledge, just a little bit, 4 to 5% you need. You don't need any development skills. You don't need to write any big lines of code. Simply, we have a UI, just record the script, execute the load test, and analyze the report, submit it to your client. That's it. Here, I'm not going to teach you from Java basics, like what is arrays and what is these things. I'm not going to teach you all these things. It's a pure zero code tool, which is Apache JMeter. Hey, Aishwarya, you're going to have something?
Yeah, Ravi. So I have a couple of questions. The first one is endurance testing and the stress testing are different, right? So what's the major difference? So first question is this, and second question, I will just short the question because I was traveling, so maybe background noise will be there. And the second question I have is one second. Yeah, so developer will create scripting. Oh, sorry, they will provide us in which format they will provide the developed one. Whether it's in JSON form or in which way we will receive that code and how we will implement that into a performance into a JMeter.
Yeah. Yeah, Aishwarya. So stress, endurance, so like these are the same. Okay, we have some different names. Okay, we have some different names, but endurance, so stress, both are
Okay.
same. That is first one. Okay, and one
Okay.
more thing,
Yes.
developer will develop the code. He may use Python, Java, and whatever the language, and you no need to take care about their code. You just need only a web application URL and the test cases. That's it. You no need to play with, you no need to see their backend developer code in the performance testing. Okay, the development and the deployment all will be taken care by developers and DevOps engineers. You no need to see their backend code and you no need to check it. And coming to the your last
Mhm.
question. Okay, so how we will take the code, how we will create the script, that we are going to discuss. How we will record the backend scripts. Okay, suppose for example, if you go to the browser, okay, more tools, developer tools. Okay, this is the developer tool, means the developer tool will show us how many APIs, means how many requests are going when you hit the page. If you go to the network tab here, suppose for example, I'm just refreshing the page. Okay, if you go here, see, these many requests are going to the targeted server. You're requesting to the server, hey, I'm hitting this page, please give me the response. If you click here, this is the request you have sent. Okay, the same request here you can see view system users. So what server has given response to you? What server response to you? This response has given. Okay, so what we do in performance testing, you need to record all these backend requests. That's it. You need to capture, you need to record these things. You no need to take care about their code. So your final agenda is
Okay.
getting the test cases or scenarios. This naming terminology also I will explain it to you in the next sessions. You have to get the proper test cases. You have to understand the flows, means where we have to navigate. Once I log in the application, okay, I'm navigating to PIM, I'm navigating to leave. So this flow will be explained by a manual tester or automation tester. They will tell us remaining things we need to record. Record means we're capturing the backend, all the request, doing the scripting, and apply the load test, apply the user load into these APIs, these requests. That's it. Okay. So I just loaded, right? I just loaded the page. Here I can see image format. Here we can see the response we're getting. So you need to take care about all these things. That's it. You no need to write any lines of code. You need to communicate with the developer to understand the code which they've written. Am I clear, Aishwarya?
Yeah, got it, Raman. So we will get this request and that will be captured in JMeter by
Ex-
recording it and later on we will just do the execution. Is my
Exactly.
understanding clear?
Yes,
Okay then.
correct.
Okay, yeah.
Correct.
Thank you. Thank you so
But
much.
yes.
Uh-huh.
But we always discussing about a web application only. Means when you open the website in the browser, that we call it as a web application. But what about mobile application? Applications list. How many types of applications we have? As we discuss now, we have web application, and second one is we have a mobile application. As we discussed, we have Amazon.com web application as well as mobile application, which we can install it in Android, uh, Mac, iOS, and BlackBerry. We have multiple OS. Okay, so developers also will design the mobile application as well. We can apply the load test on mobile applications as well. And apart from that, we have so we almost deal with these two applications only. Okay, we always deal with these two applications only. Okay, remaining applications we'll discuss in future sessions. Okay, so this is uh, brief about uh, the performance testing activities. And one more thing, let me continue this the slide. So the metrics, what metrics we have in performance testing? Metrics means result, final report. We call it as a metrics or results or reports. So mainly we have a two types of metrics we have in the performance testing. One is client side metrics. One is client side metrics and second one is server side metrics. So what is client side? Let me give you the brief about client side metrics. Okay. Suppose for example, my client wants to know when I go to my info tab. See, it loading when I go to my info tab about our info. Okay, how long it is taking? Okay, when I navigate to this page, how long it is taking for 100 users average response time? Okay, so that will be come under client-side metrics, means average response time of that page. Okay, and I have one more requirement from my client, hit per second. Hits per second, like how many hits can be happened per second, per minute, per hour. Means for example, my client requirement is okay, for 1 minute I want 100 hits, means he's expecting more faster application. Okay, that hits per second will come under client side metrics. Okay, and the 90th percentile, that we'll discuss, but I'm just giving a brief. 95th and 99th percentiles. These kind of reports, these kind of reports will be come under the client side metrics. And what about server side metrics? Means while we executing the load test, how my application server is behaving. See, finally the DevOps engineer has to deploy their application in the cloud. It's a kind of a computer. It's kind of a laptop that is also have uh, a CPU and RAM, all these things. Means while executing the load test, how my application is behaving, what are the CPU, what are the memory, nothing but a RAM, what are their utilizations. We need to take care these two types of metrics. Okay, when my client side metrics are good, but my server side metrics are bad, then we need to uh, 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 do a deep dig on this. When my server side metrics is good, my client side metrics are bad, then we need to focus on all these things. So finally, these two metrics should be good while executing the load test. Then only the product, just a minute. Okay, so we need to take care of all these things. Okay, let me talk about so few people are requesting the course content and all. So why, if I directly go to the course content, so how we will understand that? So first I have to give you the brief about what is performance testing, what we are doing, what kind of things we are capturing. Then only I can tell you that the course content and all. Okay, just give me a second. In next 5 minutes we are going to discuss about the course content. Okay, so this is our performance testing. And as we discussed, benefits, why performance testing and all. Okay, in the JMeter we have a multiple elements. Okay, in the JMeter we have multiple elements, so we cover all these things. We cover all these the elements. Okay, this is the course content. Okay, as you can see here, and what is performance testing, introduction to the JMeter, benefits of the JMeter, advantages, how the JMeter works, and the JMeter working flow and operating system, and how we initialize the load test executions, and what are the elements, what are the thread groups, samplers, timers, logic controllers. We discuss about each and every element in the JMeter, and I'll teach you how to use that particular element and what is the use of that. I'll cover all those things. Okay, and apart from that, and I will tell you that we have more concepts in performance testing called Grafana. It's a monitoring tool. While executing the load test, we'll have a dashboard. If you see here, if you see here, this is the kind of dashboard. This is the dashboard. Okay, so in this dashboard, we'll see the live metrics, how my application is behaving, what are the application the response times, transaction response time, what are the failed percentage. We will see all these things, so we will discuss, and I will tell you that how to configure the Grafana dashboard in your local machine, and how to use the Jenkins. It's a CI/CD pipeline tool. How to use the Jenkins for performance testing activities, and how to trigger a load test from Jenkins. And that I'll take you that. Yes, Sangamesh, any questions? Yeah, thank you. So this I'll cover, and not only performance testing, I'm going to teach you like how many clouds we have, how they deploy the applications, and how many types of monitoring tools we have. Monitoring tool means to see the application server health, CPU or memory utilizations. Okay, the monitoring tools like we have Dynatrace, AppDynamics, Azure App Insights. We have multiple monitoring tools. I'm going to cover all those monitoring tools as well in this session, and how to execute the load test and the GUI and UI. We are going to cover all these things. Okay, just a minute. Just a minute, guys. Okay.
Hello.
Okay.
Hi, Naveen.
Yeah, Vinay.
So, Naveen, I have a small doubt
Yeah.
regarding you're telling about network, right, in JMeter.
Yes,
So,
yes.
you're opening that network tab, and we are seeing all the requests passing in the backend. But
Yes, Naveen.
how can we handle a JavaScript application if it is built by JavaScript? Because JMeter cannot handle JavaScript, right? Like, how can we do that thing?
So, first of all, I would like to tell you that we are not going to handle any JavaScript here. Okay. We are not going to handle any JavaScript, any Python code, and any C sharp code. We are just playing with the backend request only. We are just playing with the backend request, whether it is Java developed by Java, whether it is developed by Python, whatever the language. Finally, we need request and response. That's it. Okay. JMeter is
Okay.
a pure Java tool. It can support all the languages of the applications. JMeter supports Python, Java, and any language applications. So finally, as I told you earlier, and we take care about the URL and the backend request. That's it. Okay. There is no there is no concept of Java or like that only.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, and someone is asking question, please.
Yeah, hi Naveen, this is Vinod.
Yeah, Vinod.
Yeah, under this course, can you cover with InvestDB and Grafana tools also, or it is
Yes,
separate
yes.
enrollment?
No, no separate. In the same course only, I will
Okay,
cover performance testing with a JMeter tool and Grafana and some other monitoring tools and few performance engineering topics as well. And I
okay,
will teach you live and how to configure and how to install each and everything will be taken care by me. Okay. If you people have
okay,
any questions while installation and anything, just share your screen and show me, and I will solve the issue in the same session. Even
okay,
a small question also, I'm ready to take care each and everything. And at the end of the day, you people will become a very good performance testers, and you know how to record the scripts and execute the load test. You will get in each and everything that just give. I will take care of all these things. Okay, the configurations as well. I hope I clear your answers.
yeah,
That is not a separate course. I'm going to cover all these things in the same session. Yeah, and sometimes we
also,
yeah, yeah, Vinod.
one more question: how many days did you cover the? I mean, duration total
That
purpose testing course?
you can contact Isha Training. I think 30 days.
30 days.
Yeah, I think just check with the Isha Training people,
Okay,
and they
okay,
will
sure,
give
sure. I
you.
will check with. Okay,
Check with them. But I'll cover all the protocols, databases, SMTP protocol, and the Grafana monitoring tools, each and everything. Okay,
okay,
and you will finally
yeah,
will get to know the full configuration. So when you
okay,
join the
sure, sure.
company, so I'm gonna teach you that when you join the company in the performance tester role, you'll get to know what kind of requirements we need to gather, and where to start and how to start and where to end,
Mm,
and how to give the sign off
yeah,
to the application owners, and how to talk to your clients on the performance testing reports. That I'm gonna teach you each and everything, not only performance, not only JMeter, and I'm gonna teach you all these things.
One question. So, are you going to cover the remaining types of testing which you said, like volume testing, stress testing,
Each and
load
everything,
testing?
madam.
Okay, thank
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Each and everything. I don't leave a single topic as well. I'm going to cover each and everything. Okay, from
For
day one.
load testing, we are going to use any other tool, or how it
No,
will
no, no,
be?
no. Single platform, single JMeter tool. You
Okay.
no need to depend on any other tool. All the testings, all the I mean, all the metrics, all the protocols will be supported in the single uh, JMeter tool only. Let me open a JMeter for your understanding. This is
Hello, sir. Once.
yes, uh,
Yes, sir,
yes,
it's
Rajesh.
me. Sir, so actually, I have some doubt regarding this execution of this test script. So generally, it is this performance test scripts, though they will be executed on the cloud platform, right?
That also I'm going to teach you that how to
Like with
execute the load test.
Azure Cloud.
Yes, yes, yes. I'm going to cover all these things as well. So
Focus.
let me show you just a small example. Let me show you. You don't confuse about all these elements. I'm going to cover each and every element. Okay. Suppose, for example, this is one HTTP request. It's a listener. Listener means that I'll cover. I just want to hit my Google page 10 or 15 times. What is our Google protocol? What is our Google protocol? Copy this URL and paste it to what is our protocol here? HTTPS, right? What is that? It is asking the protocol. You have to mention HTTPS. And what is our server name? Google.com.
Domain name.
Paste it. Yeah, I mean domain name, server, IP, domain, whatever. Okay. So port number, there is no port number for this Google page. That's it. Get. How you get to the method called get, that I'll cover. See here you can see request method get. Okay. Just now I just created a Google page here. Now here you can see number of threads. Thread means one thread is equal to one user in JMeter language. I'm just going to execute with one user. The ramp up and loop count I will explain you in a future sessions. Okay. I'm just hitting my Google page. That's it. Google is responding very faster. Okay. This is my response. I just sent a small request, but I got these many lines response from the Google server. Okay. If you want to see a browser mode, here you can see, did I hit my Google page? Same like that in performance testing. When you want to check your application with the 10 users, just give 10 users here. Okay. Just execute it here. It is asking us to save the script, but I don't want to save it. See, that's it. 10 times just open the Google page. A normal user cannot open Google pages these many times, but a performance testing tool can do. Okay. Here you can see, go to sampler result here, one more tab here. Okay, load time 246 milliseconds. Connect time 80 milliseconds. And how many bytes means how much memory we have sent, how much memory we got it. What is the body size? Will JMeter will give all the things. Okay, let me add one more listener here. Aggregate we called it, that I'll explain. You don't confuse about that. So 10 users. The Google page open 10 users. What is the average response time of the 10 users? 248 milliseconds, not in seconds, okay? 248 milliseconds. What are the median 90th percentile? We have multiple metrics that I'll cover each and everything, okay? So same like that Google will do. So I think last time Aishwarya asked me some question, Aishwarya and some other people, sorry, and she asked me that how to so do a cover the normal load test and endurance test, spike test. Yes, I'll cover. So my client requirement is 100 users. Okay. For just check this option, specify thread lifetime for 1 hour, 3600 seconds. Click infinite means until 3600 seconds completes, it keep on executing with 100 users. It will keep on executing. See, this is the normal load test. When you talk about the endurance test, it'll give more duration time here. So same like that, I'll cover all the types of load test and all the protocols, all the methods here, each and everything. Is it fine, Rajesh? I think.
Yes, sir.
Any questions, team? Any small question also, please ask me.
Yes, sir. For
Hello.
mobile application testing, so how we will record the scripts in mobile applications?
That I'll tell you that. That I will cover mobile application recording as well, and how to communicate with mobile with our local machine JMeter. That for that we have some configuration that I will provide you. And at the end of the day, I'll provide you the JMeter, the material. Okay. So what are the topics we have covered? And when you get any issue, how to deal with it, I will provide you a final a document that will be useful to you people when you join any organization, any company. Immediately you open the document, so you get the information, and that will be the good actually. Is it fine, Cyrus?
Yeah, I just want to ask you that we will also include API testing also in this.
Yes, 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 yes.
And how many scripts are we going to practice in this course?
Just come. Just first we'll start with the this website. Okay. So after that, we will do the practice on different applications. Now we will not stick with the same web application. Okay, we'll check with all the free open source application which are available in the cloud in the internet. I will give you the details. I will tell you that how to record those applications as well, each and every application. Okay. And don't try to record, do the performance testing in the Amazon or Flipkart, any this kind of application. You cannot record. That will be very secure. Okay, that will be very secure. And first, we'll start the demo with the these application. My course content is, as I shown you earlier. Let me open my PPT. First, we'll discuss about the basic elements. This course content only for the JMeter elements only. But I will give you more course content that how to do a web application, API, JDBC, mobile application. I will cover all these things. Okay. So suppose, for example, you joined an organization and they have you got some database load testing. So here we covered the database load testing as well, right? I think Rajesh or Sai Kumar, Sairaj, you asked me, right?
Yeah. Now it's clear.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll cover each and everything. Don't worry. Suppose, for example, if you people think that, okay, I missed one topic in our during our JMeter sessions, just come to me with the topic and I will cover that as well. 99.99% I don't leave even single topic, but if I forget 0.01% topic, just come to me with the topic and I will explain it. Okay?
Hi, Naveen. Uh,
Hey Dinesh.
so this 30 days course is enough to crack interviews as a 3 years experience. Like I'm currently
Yes,
working in coding,
you currently working on?
coordinator uh, in PHP
And,
actually.
yes, and one more thing I would like to tell you that so while you people are asking the questions, I'm just remembering the things, and I'll give you the training last I think 1 or 2 days training how to crack the interviews and what kind of questions you get while giving the interview. I will tell you all the questions. Only some few basic questions we have in the interview. Interviewer will ask some few basic questions only. That I'll cover each and every question, and I will tell you that how to answer them. Okay. Interview side as well, I will help you and I will tell you that how to crack the interview. So you're saying the 3 plus. Now, if you open the Naukri and any LinkedIn platform, there are huge openings in the performance testing, especially for 5 plus, 4 plus, 6 plus guys. Now you can check it in. Every company has openings. And one more thing, I would like to tell you one thing. So suppose, for example, if you take 1,000 members headcount company, suppose, for example, we have 1,000 members in one A company, uh, developers will be some 300 to 400. Automations engineer will be 200 to 300. Manual tester 200, 300, or database all this. But the performance testers will be only 3 to 4 members only. So we are the champs in any organization. So finally, application has to cross from our hands only to the production. Okay, very less performance system. But when you take the any MNC, very big companies, okay, there we have the each team has a 10 to 15 member performance testers. MNC company like some TCS, HCL kind of companies, we have each project as a each performance testing team. But in my organization, I'm working as a team lead, and I have only 3 people under me. So we 4 members are taking care 25 applications in my organizations. So what my the daily routine uh, plan, so same like that as I discussed. So when I get the new performance testing requirement, we'll directly go with the manager and we'll sit with their automation engineers, where DevOps engineers will gather the requirement and we'll start working on the performance scripting and doing correlation. We have a very big topics, means easy topics I will cover in the easy way. Parameterization, timers, all these things, we execute the load test in our cloud, not in the local on premises. That I will explain you how to execute the load test on the cloud. We have a BlazeMeter cloud, AWS cloud, Azure cloud to execute the cloud performance testing execution. That I will cover that how to execute that in the cloud environment. Okay, so these are the small questions you'll get in the interview. Okay, you don't get any very big questions. So interviewer also will ask the questions based on their experience. Suppose, for example, I'm taking interview, okay, for a 14 plus or 10 plus guys. So based on their experience, my questions will be tough. But when you go with the 3 plus or 4 plus, just many basic questions you'll get it. That I'll tell you that how to answer them while interview. Fine, Cyrus? Any questions?
Are we covering Bing Shell from JMeter in this course?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'll cover. So as I told you that we use very less coding. Okay. In the JMeter also sometimes we may use some 5 or 6 lines code or 10 or 15 lines code. That I will explain you how to use it. But you will get a chance to write a code in JMeter. Okay. Almost 95% you will done with just 4 or 5 lines code only or 10 or 15 lines code only. So based on your requirement, that I will explain you. Fine, madam?
Yeah, sure.
We have Bean Shell code, we have Groovy code, we have Java code, and even Python code also we can execute it in the JMeter. That I will explain you.
Yeah,
So,
sure. So
so
all these
Karthik,
points are part of this course content, right?
sorry, ma'am, can you come again?
This all this language support is part of this course content, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes. So see here, JMeter, we don't consider about languages, as I told you earlier. No language. Finally, we want a application URL or we want a mobile application. That's it. Whether the backend
No,
they developed with the
I agree it for the recording and replay purpose. However, whenever there is customization required, they will ask us to write some code, okay, whichever language we are compatible, comfortable and compatible with
Okay.
JMeter, right?
Yeah, JMeter we can write in the Groovy or Bean Shell script. That's it. 99% you can manage with the Groovy and the Bean Shell code. You no need to write any other Python code, all these things. Okay. As I told you,
Yeah.
right? Max to max will write 5 lines to 10 lines code only in the JMeter. You
Yeah.
don't
So
write more than that.
those Groovy and Binchel, will you be covering as a part of course?
Yes, ma'am. I'll cover.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I'll cover, ma'am. Groovy and JavaScript and all these things. Okay. And Kartika Selvakumar asking that how many people will be in the performance testing team. So at a time, performance testers will be handled more than one project because working is coming to the performance test. Yes, good question, Kartika. You there, Kartika? So let me take myself as an example. Okay. So we have only four members. Okay. So total we have 25 applications. Okay. So all the application doesn't want a performance testing each and every day. Okay. All the members. So one member, so take care about two or three applications, very small test cases or scenarios. Okay. So all members not come to you at the same time. Okay. We need performance testing. But if 10 application come into the picture for our four people, then we will give the time estimations. Simply we'll tell them that okay, we cannot cover all these applications, so we will give you some timeline from next month 15th to 30th. We'll work on this. Definitely they'll agree that. Okay, we don't have any rush in the performance testing activities. Is it fine, Kartika?
So in that case, deployment will postpone.
Sorry.
In that case, deployment will be postponed.
Deployment not be postponed. So as I told you, right, in my organization, uh, suppose for example, last week we got 10 applications. 10 applications. But if the company, if the organization new to performance testing, you will give the time estimations. You tell them that okay, currently I'm working on this application. Once it is done, I will start your application. Once it is done, I will start my third application. So we'll create all these scripts, we'll keep it in somewhere, we'll execute it. So how the deployments happen, in my organization, every month one deployment will be happen. Okay, not all my 25 applications, not all my 25 applications, only 5 or 6 applications deployments will be happened. Okay, so for example, I have created some 10 application scripts. Deployment happen, I have executed. Next month, again they will come to us. Again they will ask us to execute the load test. But I don't want to recreate those scripts. I just play with my existing scripts only. We no need to create any new scripts. Every time they will come up with the same flows, same scenarios only. So but there might be chances to add one or two new scenarios. Okay, if any changes have happened in the development, okay, and some API request will be failed, that we will tell them, okay, my existing scripts are not working. I need to recreate that. Just give us some time. Then definitely they will agree that. Okay, Kartika, is it fine, Kartika?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Any questions? I think we are out of time. We are running too
Actually,
late.
how many minutes will the session daily?
As Isha Training Center mentioned, I think 1 hour.
Okay, means the class will not be last more than 1 hour, no? Right?
I can take it. So do you people have patience to sit with me for 1.5 or 2 hours? Rahul?
2 hours daily?
No, 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 no. What I'm asking you. So
Um,
Asia Training Center will give you people 1 hour. But if we are in middle of the topic, I don't want to leave that. I will complete it and will finish the session. Okay. There is no time restrictions for us that I'll cover all those topics. If it is taking more 15 or 20 minutes, yes, I'm ready to take care of that. Rahul?
okay.
No, no.
Actually, I'm
Yeah.
taking only 45 minutes or 1 hour's class, not more than, because but every topic is burden every day, so I have to practice.
Yeah. We'll start
Not
our sessions every day night 9 o'clock IST. Okay. So meanwhile, we'll finish our office work and we'll come to our home. We'll finish our dinner and all. We'll start the session. Okay. So that we will have a time to discuss more and more topics.
is
Okay.
1 month for JMeter.
JMeter performance testing and tools configuration and monitoring. I'll cover all these things, different types of load test protocols,
So it is
all
is
the
it,
things.
1 month enough for JMeter? It is small.
Yes, yes,
level.
yes, Rahul.
So we do have only overview or depth class, like every topic depth
It's
we do.
very depth class actually. I don't want to tell the things some 40-50%. I don't want to leave it. If I teach you that, definitely you have to get to know the topic. Sorry, actually the timings and all and duration and all, just check with Isha Training Center. Okay, check with Isha Training Center. They will tell you that. I think you might have some idea, right? Like how many sessions we have, all these things. Here it is showing 40 hours of live training, so means not 1 month. I think 40 days. 40 days training here we have. So I have one timetable called. So first 30 days or first 25 days will cover about the JMeter and tool configuration and the monitoring side and all. Remaining last 10 to 15 days, and I'll teach you that low test execution, report generation, and if you identify any high response times, how to convey that to your manager, your the product owner, and how to crack the interviews, and what kind of major questions you'll get in the interview. I'll cover all these things. Okay, and you will get the recorded videos as well, mine. Okay, for your future references.
Is this weekend class or weekday class?
Weekday class, every day will have sessions. Rahul, any questions, guys? I think the people are slowly. Let me stop the recording.